Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be with you today. I want to talk to you about something incredibly important: how to heal yourself. Now, when I say heal, I'm not just talking about physical ailments. I'm talking about healing your mind, your spirit, your relationships, your finances, every aspect of your life that may be hurting or holding you back from reaching your full potential. You see, we all have wounds. We all have scars. Maybe it's from childhood trauma, a bad relationship, financial struggles, or health issues. But here's the thing: those wounds don't have to define us. Those scars don't have to limit us. We have within us the power to heal, to grow, to overcome. And that's what I want to share with you today. The steps you can take starting right now to begin that healing process. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Jim, that sounds great, but you don't know my situation. You don't know how bad things are for me. And you're right. I don't know your specific circumstances. But what I do know is this: no matter how dark things may seem, no matter how hopeless you may feel, there is always a path forward. There is always a way to heal and improve your life. It all starts with a decision to take responsibility for your own healing and growth. That's the first step, my friends. You have to decide that you're going to heal. You have to make the choice to no longer be a victim of your circumstances, but to be the architect of your own recovery and success. It's not always an easy choice to make. It's much simpler to blame others, to wallow in self-pity, to say this is just how things are. But that kind of thinking will keep you stuck. It will keep you wounded. You have to decide that enough is enough, that you're ready to do the work to heal yourself. And make no mistake, it is work. Healing isn't something that just happens to you. It's not a passive process. It requires effort, dedication, and persistence. But I promise you, it's the most rewarding work you'll ever do. Because when you commit to healing yourself, you're not just improving your own life. You're positively impacting everyone around you. Your relationships improve. Your work improves. Your entire outlook on life improves. So, how do we begin this healing process? Well, the first thing we need to do is identify what needs healing. We need to take an honest inventory of our lives. Where are we hurting? What areas of our life are causing us pain or holding us back? Maybe it's a relationship that's not serving you. Maybe it's a habit or addiction that's dragging you down. Maybe it's negative self-talk that's keeping you from reaching your potential. Whatever it is, we need to shine a light on it. We need to bring it out of the shadows and into the open where we can deal with it. Now, this can be a scary process. It's not always comfortable to look at our wounds, our failures, our shortcomings. But remember, we're doing this to heal. We're not judging ourselves. We're not beating ourselves up. We're simply acknowledging what needs to be addressed so we can begin the healing process. Once we've identified what needs healing, the next step is to take responsibility for it. This is crucial, my friends. We have to stop blaming others for our pain. We have to stop making excuses. We have to own our situation, good and bad. Now, I'm not saying that bad things haven't happened to you. I'm not saying that others haven't hurt you or let you down. But dwelling on that, using it as an excuse to stay stuck, that's not going to help you heal. You have to say, okay, this happened. It wasn't fair. It wasn't right, but it happened. Now, what am I going to do about it? How am I going to heal and move forward? Taking responsibility is empowering. It puts you in the driver's seat of your own life. It allows you to stop being a victim and start being a victor. When you take responsibility, you're saying, I have the power to change this. I have the ability to heal myself. And let me tell you, that's a powerful statement. That's the beginning of real transformation. Now, once we've identified what needs healing and taken responsibility for our situation, the next step is to develop a plan. You see, healing doesn't just happen by accident. It requires intentional action. You need to have a roadmap for where you want to go and how you're going to get there. This plan will be different for everyone, depending on what you're trying to heal, but there are some common elements that should be part of any healing plan. First, you need to prioritize self-care. This means taking care of your physical health, eating right, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep. But it also means taking care of your mental and emotional health. This could involve practices like meditation, journaling, or therapy. Whatever works for you, make it a priority. You can't pour from an empty cup, my friends. You need to take care of yourself if you want to heal. Second, your plan should include education. Learn about what you're dealing with. If it's a physical ailment, research it. If it's an emotional issue, read books on the subject. Knowledge is power, and the more you understand about what you're facing, the better equipped you'll be to heal it. Third, your plan should involve connecting with others. Healing doesn't happen in isolation. We need support, we need community. This could mean joining a support group, strengthening your relationships with friends and family, or even just reaching out to others who are going through similar struggles. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Fourth, your plan should include setting goals. What does healing look like for you? What specific outcomes are you working towards? Make these goals concrete and measurable. Instead of saying, I want to feel better, say, I want to be able to run a mile without stopping, or I want to go a whole day without negative self-talk. Having clear goals gives you something to work towards and allows you to track your progress. And finally, your plan should be flexible. Healing is not a linear process. There will be setbacks, there will be days when you feel like you're moving backwards. That's okay. Your plan should be able to adapt to these challenges. Be kind to yourself, adjust as needed, but keep moving forward. Now, let's talk about implementation. Having a plan is great, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't put it into action. This is where many people falter. They have good intentions, they make plans, but they never follow through. Don't let that be you. Remember, healing is a choice, and it's a choice you have to make every single day. Start small. Don't try to change everything overnight. Pick one or two aspects of your plan and focus on those. Maybe it's starting a daily meditation practice. Maybe it's cutting out processed foods. Whatever it is, commit to it. Make it non-negotiable. Do it every day no matter what. Even if you don't feel like it. Even if you're tired. Even if you're busy. Do it anyway. You see, healing isn't about motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. Healing is about discipline. It's about doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's about showing up for yourself day after day, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. And here's the thing about discipline. It gets easier with practice. The more you do it, the more it becomes a habit. The more it becomes a part of who you are. And that's when real healing begins to happen. That's when you start to see real changes in your life. Now, as you're implementing your plan, it's important to track your progress. Keep a journal, use an app, whatever works for you. But make sure you're monitoring how you're doing. This serves two purposes. First, it allows you to see how far you've come. When you're in the thick of the healing process, it can sometimes feel like you're not making any progress. But when you look back at where you started, you can see just how much you've grown and changed. That's incredibly motivating. Second, tracking your progress allows you to identify what's working and what's not. Maybe you find that meditation really helps you manage stress, but exercise doesn't seem to have much impact. Do more meditation? Maybe you find that cutting out sugar makes you feel amazing, but eliminating all carbs leaves you feeling drained. Adjust your diet accordingly. The key is to be flexible and to listen to your body and mind. They'll tell you what's helping and what's not. Now let's talk about setbacks, because they will happen. You'll have days where you slip back into old habits. You'll have moments where you feel like you're right back where you started. This is normal. This is part of the healing process. The key is not to let these setbacks derail you completely. When you encounter a setback, the first thing to do is to acknowledge it without judgment. Don't beat yourself up. Don't use it as an excuse to give up. Simply say, okay, this happened. What can I learn from it? Maybe you realize that you're more likely to fall back into negative patterns when you're stressed or tired. Great. Now you know to be extra vigilant during those times. Maybe you notice that certain people or situations trigger old wounds. Excellent. Now you can work on developing strategies to deal with those triggers. Remember, setbacks are not failures. They're opportunities for growth and learning. They're chances to refine your healing process and make it even more effective. So when they happen, and they will embrace them, learn from them, and then get right back on track. Now let's talk about something that's absolutely crucial to the healing process: forgiveness. And I'm not just talking about forgiving others, although that's certainly important. I'm talking about forgiving yourself. You see, many of us carry around guilt and shame for things we've done in the past, for mistakes we've made, for opportunities we've missed. And that guilt and shame, it's toxic. It's like carrying around a heavy weight that's constantly dragging you down, preventing you from moving forward. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean excusing bad behavior or pretending mistakes didn't happen. It means acknowledging what happened, learning from it, and then letting it go. It means treating yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer to a good friend. Because here's the truth: you can't heal if you're constantly beating yourself up. You can't move forward if you're always looking backward with regret. So how do we practice self-forgiveness? It starts with self-awareness. Notice when you're being hard on yourself. Notice when that inner critic is working overtime. And then consciously choose to be kind to yourself instead. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has regrets. It's part of being human. The important thing is not what you've done in the past, but what you choose to do now in this moment. This exercise. Write a letter to yourself from the perspective of a loving, compassionate friend. What would that friend say to you about your mistakes? How would they encourage you to move forward? Read this letter whenever you're feeling particularly down on yourself. Let it remind you that you are worthy of forgiveness, worthy of healing, worthy of love. Now, as we're talking about healing, it's important to address the role of patience in this process. We live in a world of instant gratification. We want everything now, immediately, yesterday, if possible. But healing doesn't work that way. Healing takes time. It's a process, not an event. And sometimes it can feel frustratingly slow. But here's the thing: that slowness is actually a good thing. It allows for deep, lasting change. Think about it like this: if you break a bone, it doesn't heal overnight. It takes weeks, sometimes months. But when it does heal, it's often stronger than it was before. The same is true for emotional and spiritual healing. It takes time, but the results are worth it. So be patient with yourself. Celebrate small victories. Did you go a whole day without negative self-talk? That's huge. Did you choose a healthy meal instead of junk food? Fantastic. Did you reach out to a friend instead of isolating yourself? Amazing. These small steps might not seem like much in the moment, but they add up. They're laying the foundation for profound, lasting change. And remember, healing isn't a destination. It's not like there's going to be a day when you wake up and say, well, I'm completely healed now. I guess I'm done. Healing is ongoing. It's a lifelong journey of growth and self-discovery. So don't get discouraged if you don't see dramatic results overnight. Trust the process. Keep doing the work. The results will come. Now, let's talk about the power of gratitude in the healing process. You see, when we're hurt, when we're struggling, it's easy to focus on all the negative things in our lives. We see all the problems, all the pain, all the things that aren't working. And while it's important to acknowledge these things, it's equally important, maybe even more important, to recognize the good in our lives. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on the positive aspects of your life, even in the midst of challenges. And here's the amazing thing: the more you practice gratitude, the more you train your brain to notice the good things. It's like you're creating a positive feedback loop in your mind. So how do we cultivate gratitude? Start small. Each day, try to identify 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. Maybe you're grateful for a warm cup of coffee in the morning. Maybe you're grateful for a kind word from a friend. Maybe you're grateful for a beautiful sunset. Whatever it is, acknowledge it. Feel the gratitude in your body. Really let it sink in. You might even want to keep a gratitude journal. Each night before bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for from that day. Over time, you'll create a record of all the good in your life. And on those days when healing feels hard, when you're struggling, you can look back at this journal and remind yourself of all the positive things in your life. Gratitude is powerful because it shifts our focus. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, on what needs healing, we start to notice what's right. We start to appreciate the progress we've made. We start to see the beauty and goodness that exists in our lives, even in the midst of pain. And that shift in perspective, it's healing in itself. Now, as we continue on this journey of healing, it's important to talk about the role of purpose in our lives. You see, healing isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about creating a life that's truly fulfilling, a life that has meaning and purpose. Because when we have a sense of purpose, when we feel like we're contributing something meaningful to the world, it gives us strength. It gives us resilience. It gives us a reason to keep going, even when things are tough. So ask yourself, what's your purpose? What gets you excited to get out of bed in the morning? What makes you feel alive, energized, connected to something bigger than yourself? Maybe it's your work. Maybe it's your relationships. Maybe it's a hobby or a cause you're passionate about. Whatever it is, identify it, nurture it, make it a central part of your life. And if you're not sure what your purpose is, that's okay. Finding your purpose can be part of your healing journey. Try new things, explore different interests, volunteer, take classes, meet new people. The more experiences you have, the more likely you are to stumble upon something that resonates with you on a deep level. Remember, your purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It doesn't have to be your job. It can be as simple as being a good friend or creating beauty through art or making people laugh. The important thing is that it gives your life meaning and direction. Having a sense of purpose is healing because it gives context to our struggles. It helps us see the bigger picture. When we're going through tough times, when we're in the thick of the healing process, having a purpose can be like a North Star, guiding us forward, reminding us why we're doing this hard work of healing in the first place. Now let's talk about the importance of mindset in the healing process. Your mindset, the way you think about yourself, your situation, and your ability to heal has a profound impact on your actual ability to heal. If you believe that healing is possible, if you believe that you have the strength and resilience to overcome your challenges, you're much more likely to actually do so. This isn't just positive thinking or wishful thinking. This is about cultivating a growth mindset, a belief that you can grow, change, and improve. It's about seeing challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and learning. So how do we develop this kind of mindset? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts. Notice when you're engaging in negative self-talk or defeatist thinking. When you catch yourself thinking things like, I'll never get better, or this is just how I am, challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself, is this really true? Is there evidence to support this belief? Then, practice reframing these negative thoughts into more positive, growth-oriented ones. Instead of, I'll never get better, try, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm making progress every day. Instead of, this is just how I am, try, I'm learning and growing all the time. This kind of mindset shift doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice. It takes repetition. But over time, it becomes more natural. And as your mindset shifts, you'll find that your ability to heal and grow expands exponentially. Another crucial aspect of healing is learning to set and maintain healthy boundaries. Many of us, especially those who have experienced trauma or abuse, struggle with boundaries. We may have learned to put others' needs before our own, or we may have difficulty saying no. But healthy boundaries are essential for healing and personal growth. Setting boundaries means knowing what you're comfortable with and what you're not. It means being able to say no to things that don't serve you, even if it means disappointing others. It means taking care of your own needs and not feeling guilty about it. Because here's the truth, you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't heal if you're constantly depleting yourself to please others. Start small. Practice saying no to small requests that you don't want to do. Pay attention to how you feel in different situations and with different people. If someone or something consistently makes you feel drained or uncomfortable, that's a sign that you may need to set a boundary. Remember, it's okay to put yourself first. It's not selfish. It's necessary for your healing and well-being. Now, let's talk about the power of positive habits in the healing process. You see, our lives are largely shaped by our daily habits. The small things we do every day add up over time to create the life we're living. So if we want to heal, if we want to grow and improve our lives, we need to focus on developing positive habits. Start by identifying one or two small habits that you'd like to incorporate into your daily routine. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning. Maybe it's spending 10 minutes meditating. Maybe it's going for a short walk every day. Whatever it is, make it small and manageable. The key is consistency, not perfection. Once you've identified your habits, commit to doing them every day for at least 30 days. This is how long it typically takes for a new behavior to become a habit. Use reminders if you need to. Track your progress. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small they may seem. As these positive habits become ingrained, you'll start to notice changes. You'll feel better physically and mentally. You'll have more energy. You'll be more resilient in the face of challenges. And perhaps most importantly, you'll be proving to yourself that you have the power to change. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to talk about something that's often overlooked in discussions about healing: the importance of joy and play. When we're focused on healing, on overcoming challenges, on personal growth, it's easy to become very serious. We can get so caught up in the work of healing that we forget to enjoy life. But joy and play are essential components of healing. They reduce stress, boost our mood, and remind us of the good things in life. They help us connect with others and with ourselves. They bring lightness and laughter into our lives, which can be incredibly healing. So make time for joy and play in your life. Do things that make you laugh. Spend time with people who lift your spirits. Engage in activities that bring you pleasure, just for the sake of enjoyment. Dance, sing, create art, play games. Whatever brings a smile to your face and lightness to your heart. Remember, healing isn't just about addressing what's wrong, it's about cultivating what's right. It's about creating a life that's not just free from pain, but full of joy, purpose, and fulfillment. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this final thought. Healing is a journey, not a destination. It's not about reaching some perfect state where you never struggle or face challenges. It's about developing the tools, the resilience, and the self-awareness to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and strength. You have within you everything you need to heal. You have the power to transform your life, to overcome your challenges, to become the person you want to be. It won't always be easy. There will be setbacks and struggles along the way. But remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Every moment of self-awareness, every act of self-care, every positive choice you make is part of your healing journey. So I challenge you, starting today, right now, commit to your own healing. Commit to taking care of yourself, to pushing past your comfort zone, to doing the work necessary to create the life you want. Because you deserve it. You deserve to be healthy, happy, and whole. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. Reach out for support when you need it. Celebrate your progress with others. Share your story, because in doing so, you not only further your own healing, but you inspire and encourage others on their own healing journeys. Thank you for your time and attention today. I truly believe that each one of you has the power to heal, to grow, to transform your life. Now go out there and do it. Your future self will thank you. And with that, I'll leave you with one of my favorite quotes. Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. Embrace change, embrace healing, embrace the journey. The best is yet to come. Thank you, and remember, the power to heal is in your hands. Use it wisely, use it often, and watch as your life transforms before your eyes.